In this video, we're going to talk about where the money comes from that you put inside your machine. So how do you fund the money that goes in your machine that people are going to withdraw out and pay you a surcharge fee? Hey there, my name is Carey Buck, and I've been an independent ATM business owner since 2009, and I've also been an ATM business mentor since 2011, where I teach people just like you how to start your own profitable and successful ATM business. So lately, I've been getting a lot of people asking me, like, okay, Carey, where do I get the money to put inside a machine? Or, okay, how do I fund the cash that goes inside the machine, that people are going to withdraw and pay you for, right? Pay you that surcharge for. First thing I want to say is, I think a lot of people ask that question because they feel that you need to put a lot of money in the machine, right? And if you are a bank ATM or an ATM inside of a convenience store like a Wawa or something, yeah, you got to put a lot of money in those machines, right? They have, like, I know the convenience store around us, a Wawa. I went there one day and a guy was working on the machine, and I just happened to start talking to him. And I asked him how much money they put in there, and he said $250,000, right? That's not what you're dealing with when we're talking about putting ATMs in local businesses. Even if you're doing events, you're not putting 250 grand in one machine, okay? So that's why I think a lot of people, are like, oh my God, I need so much money to put in these machines. How am I going to fund putting money in machines? So the first thing is first, you don't need as much money as you think, okay? If you're putting ATMs in local businesses, you literally can start with $1,000 in your machine. That's how I started, because I didn't have much cash, right? You can literally start with $1,000 in your machine. If you're doing mobile, you're probably not going to start with $1,000. You probably, the minimum you want to have to do mobile is $5,000, and you're only doing smaller events, right? Only doing smaller events. But mobile, a good figure is, say you need 5,000 to 50,000 plus. Local, putting permanent placement, putting local ATMs in local businesses. 1,000 is good. I usually like to strive for 2,000 to 2,500. You might have some locations you put $4,000 in, but you can start with 1,000 and kind of set a goal to take it up to $2,000. And the location is going to tell you, okay, do you need more money? Do you need less money? And you're going to tell you based on how often you fill it, based on the activity, right? But you can get started with just $1,000 in your ATM machine, all right? So I think that's the first thing that I wanted to tackle, because I feel like a lot of people think you need a whole lot more money. And that's why they ask that question. They're like, holy shit, like, where am I going to get all this money to put inside the machine, right? So just relax. You don't really need as much as you think. The second thing is, let's talk about different ways to come up with the money. Could be money you already have. Maybe you have money in a savings account that is earning you a shit interest rate, like 1% a year if you're lucky sometimes. You know what I mean? Or maybe it's in a money market account and it's earning you 2% a year, 3%, right? A year. Let's keep in mind, a year. Okay? So maybe you want to take the money out of that. Maybe you just have it under your mattress because you don't like the banking world and you don't trust it. I don't know, right? But if it's your cash, you just take it out from a place that's not working for you and not letting your money work for you, and you put it inside an ATM, which that'll allow your money to work for you, basically, right? So that's one method. The other method is you can borrow it. So you can either borrow it from what's called a private money lender. So it's just friend, family, coworker, even a stranger, honestly, because I've borrowed private money from strangers, believe it or not. But you borrow that money from somebody else, okay? And another way to borrow money is, of course, you can get a loan. Maybe you get a personal loan. Maybe you have a home equity loan. Whatever it is, that's your money, right? But you're borrowing it, okay? And it just wouldn't be a small business loan, an SBA loan, because they won't lend to ATM businesses or tanning salons, oddly enough. You can also borrow your money and get a loan from, let's say, your credit card, right? Because you're going to get a cash advance. Again, it's not your money. Like, you have to pay it back, So you can borrow from a credit card. Another way that you can get money to fund the inside of your machine is to have a cash vaulter, right? So that's somebody else that has money and is going to put it inside the machine for you, for obviously a price, right? And one way you can use a cash vaulter is the business. The business owner themselves could be the person that puts the cash in the machine, right? The other way is it could be somebody completely outside of the business and they have cash and you're willing to pay them to put that money inside that machine. Okay, so you can do that. Now, here's the really interesting thing. I usually don't recommend people borrow money, like get a loan or use. Actually, I don't care if you get a loan. I don't care if you use a credit card. Well, I should say, I don't care if you use a credit card, okay, to fund your business. Just be careful about using a loan, let's say from a bank. Not because I care about the bank, but you don't want to screw up your credit if you can't make payments or what have you, right? But the thing that I really caution people to stay away from is private money when you're first starting. Because when you're first starting, honestly, you don't know how much money you're going to make. You have no idea, right? And if you are getting someone, friend, family, coworker, stranger, to lend you their money, they're trusting you with their money, you want to make sure you can pay them back, right? You don't want to screw with other people's money. Because a lot of time, private money lenders are lending you their retirement funds. You don't want to fuck with people's retirement. You know what I mean? You just don't want to screw people's money in their retirement. If you screw up a bank loan or you screw up a credit card, well, you're going to screw up your credit. You're going to screw you up. But you're not screwing another human being up that is trusting in you. You know what I'm saying? By the way, please don't take this as don't pay your bank loans or don't pay your credit cards. I'm not saying that, right? Because I have a very high credit score and I tend to keep it that way. And I've worked my ass off to have a high credit score and pay all my loans and my credit cards and what have you, and even my private money loans. Okay, but I'm just saying, just be very cautious when borrowing money. Okay, it does have its advantages, especially when you're talking about ROI, return on investment. I'm probably going to do a video about this, all right? Because when you talk about ROI, return on your investment, if you borrow money, your ROI is higher. I know it sounds weird. Like, I tell you be cautious because you don't want to screw people over. But when you borrow money, your ROI is higher because the principal that you borrow isn't included in the ROI calculations. The expense of paying the interest is, but the principal of that money you borrowed is not included in the ROI calculations, right? But if you use your own money, that is included in the ROI calculations because it's your investment, right? I know it can be confusing. I'm going to do a video on it, I promise. So there's an advantage of borrowing money, but I just want people to be really, really cautious because I don't want you to just go out there willy-nilly and borrow money from people and not have a care in the world whether you can pay it back or not, because that's not how we roll. That's not how we're ethical and doing things the proper way in life, right? Do not do that. So yeah, those are the main ways to do it. You can use your own money. You can use a cash vaulter, business owner or another person, or you can borrow it. Credit cards, private money lender, a loan, like a personal loan or home equity loan or something like that. Hopefully that makes some kind of sense. I know probably the ROI stuff probably made everything as clear as mud, but I just want you to know there are some advantages to leverage and borrowing money when it comes to ROI, but when it comes to just, what's the word I'm looking for? Being, feeling like you don't have like this weight on your shoulders because you borrowed some money from a person and you're like, oh shit, I'm not making enough money, I got to pay him back, right? That feeling isn't there if you don't have to borrow the money. You get what I'm saying? And I want you to be as stress-free and even keel as possible when you go on this venture to start your new ATM business, because the more stress-free you are and the more you don't have any financial stress, the easier it is for you going to be in there to jump in there and rock and roll and kick butt. Hopefully that makes sense. You got any questions, guys? Just post the questions below. I'll answer them. Do not forget to like this video and click that ATM right there and subscribe to my channel. And please don't be shy about posting below what you think my next video should be about. And again, I hope that all made sense. If you guys would like to learn more about the ATM business, feel free to go to atmbusinessblueprint.com. There you will be able to grab my free ATM business roadmap. That'll just show you kind of like a bird's eye view, kind of a mind map of how I went from zero to generating $3,000 to $5,000 plus per month just by putting ATMs in my local businesses in the area. Also, when you opt in to that list to get that roadmap, you're going to be added to my list. And I do send out daily emails. I try to do them every day. Don't worry, don't be weirded out about it. It's going to be like unlike any other email you get in your inbox. All right, so it is informative and it is educational. So I think you'll have fun reading them, but always know you have that safety net of the unsubscribe link at the bottom of every one of my emails. But I promise, I make them educational, I make them fun. And I do try to do them every day, but there's days I don't. Like I didn't send one yesterday, you know. So go to atmbusinessblueprint.com, grab that free ATM business roadmap, and it'll show you how I went from zero to $3,000 to $5,000 plus per month in, just passive income from putting ATMs in local businesses. Plus, when you're on the email list, you'll learn more about mobile. Okay, mobile is where you put ATMs at local events, and you make big chunks of cash in a small time frame. All right, listen, I'll talk to you soon. Have a great day, and may you live happily off of passive income.